Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here for our sponsor spotlight with Ryan McCormack. And I think let's just start. Could you give us all a quick reminder? What are the Qs?
Yeah, so Invesco QQQ, it's the 5th largest ETF in the world. We just celebrated our 25th anniversary this year. And it's an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ 100 index, which is the 100 largest companies listed on the NASDAQ exchange, ex-financials.
And Invesco QQQ has a significant relationship with the NCAA and collegiate athletics. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's been like the best work perk I could have ever imagined. But Invesco QQQ is the official ETF of the NCAA. And I think we've utilized that platform on both the men's and women's side, not only to run commercials every 2 to 3 minutes, give or take, if you're watching the tournament, but really amplify our brand and what we're doing in the world of asset management. Additionally, you know, we're the official financial education program partner of the NCAA. We developed a financial literacy program called How Not to Suck at Money. It's geared towards, you know, college student athletes, college students, but I mean, its application to high school students, to those that are out of college, those in their 30s and 40s and beyond, and just as a very, very approachable way to kind of, you know, take a greater ownership in your own personal finance. So we've really geared that towards our partnership with the NCAA, and it's enabled us to go and talk to student athletes and help empower them.
That was a thematic that we heard earlier around NIL and how a lot of those athletes are focused on generational wealth and building out. Another thematic that we've heard a lot is around innovation. And earlier this afternoon, you guys sponsored a breakout session, Innovation and Investing in College Sports. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the role that innovation is playing, empowering a fund like Invesco QQQ and the future of college athletics.
Sure. I think when you look at and Invesco QQQ on the whole, you know, being 25 years old, back then there weren't a lot of ETFs, right? So that was sort of like the early stages of the technology kind of coming out into the forefront. And since then we've seen, you know, exponential growth across the ETF ecosystem for the past 25 years or so. I think beyond that, when you look under the hood of the ETF, like what makes up this fund? It's a lot of these very large, well-known, technologically oriented companies, like dare I say, innovative companies, that make up and drive the performance of the fund. You know, companies that have created products and services that we use on a day-to-day basis. And we've sort of seen that jump into sports, whether that be at the professional, the college level, right? They've changed the way that we consume sports as fans, as somebody watching on their couch, like I intend to do later this evening. You know, I think beyond that, you look at sports themselves, like you know, tablets on the sideline, big data becoming a larger and larger part of game plan and situational breakdowns. You know, this sort of confluence of sports and technology, if we've learned anything today, it's only poised to continue to grow. And you look at a lot of the companies that make up Invesco QQQ, they're the ones that are driving a lot of this forward.
Yeah, there was some conversation about that also a little bit earlier, and like how we better understand the fans and the way people are consuming. So that definitely resonates. Okay, so we have just 1 minute left, and I want to do a little rapid fire for you. So, favorite college football rivalry?
There's so many good ones. Iron Bowl, big game, the game. I'm going to go Army Navy.
Oh, nice. There was a bunch of Army folks here earlier. Did you see that? Tickets to the game or at-home fan cave?
Tickets to the game.
No fan cave?
I mean, a fan cave's great, but I always like to be there in person.
Early season favorite to win the CFP?
My head says Georgia. My heart will always say Notre Dame.
Bucket list stadium and/or game day atmosphere.
All right, so I have to caveat this. We were talking about where each of us went to college, and I learned we have an LSU alumni here, and Go Tigers. So I said I had to change my answer, but no, I'm going to keep it honest. I wanted to go to a night game down at Death Valley, so I want to get to Baton Rouge.
And he went to college, and Mr. Bloomberg was the president of his fraternity. So I had Mike the Tiger, and he had Mike the Man. So there's that. So Mount Rushmore of college football players, who are the 4 best?
Yeah, I mean, you can do this for just running backs. I mean, like, do you do championship? Do you do Heisman? So I'm going to go with the gut. Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, Vince Young, Cam Newton.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for this, and thank you to Invesco QQQ for being our sponsor for Power Players New York.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much,
This is
Brad.
awesome.